Hello everyone and welcome to my first video on this new channel, Programming in PHP. Today I'm going to show you how to get started with Laravel on a Windows 10 computer. This is Laravel 8, so make sure you have the version correct as it might differ from version to version. First of all, we're going to get started with Laravel by using XAMPP. There is different ways to get started with Laravel, as Laravel also supports for Docker, but we're going to use XAMPP as this might be the easiest way for some people, as not everyone knows Docker. So first of all, we're going to get started by installing XAMPP. I've opened XAMPP in a tab here, and I'll put the link in the description. Make sure that you download XAMPP for Windows. Just get the latest version, it will be alright. We also need Composer. I opened the Composer tab as well, which will also be in the description, and I'll head to download. Composer is installable through the command line, but it also will be installable through a .exe. So we'll just open the exe and get the download started. The same thing is applicable for Node.js. We'll just get the latest long-term support version for Node.js. And last of all, you'll need a IDE. This is where you will be programming in, and my choice is for the PHP Storm from JetBrains. You might be using VS Code already, so that will be fine as well. But PHP Storm is a paid IDE, but that's my choice. So I'll download that as well. So the downloads are busy, and we'll just start by installing XAMPP. I'll just open XAMPP, and we'll start installing XAMPP. It might say come up with this message, but it's not that important. Okay, so first of all, click next, and then select the things that you want. For my application, I won't need the FTP or the mail server or Tomcat, so I'll just uncheck them. The same counts for Perl. I don't need Perl, I only need PHP, so I'll uncheck Perl. And the same goes for Webalizer and Fake Sendmail. I will be using PHP-My-Admin, but that will come in an upcoming video. Now I'll select the path on which XAMPP must be installed. For me, this will be my D drive. So please make sure that you have the correct one, and select the language that you want to be using for the control panel. On this page, you can uncheck the Learn More About Bitnami, as we do not want to learn a bit more about it. And we'll just start running the XAMPP installation. The same thing goes for Composer. You can start the Composer installation, but one thing that you need to wait for is that XAMPP is finished. So we'll just wait until XAMPP is finished, and then we'll come back to you. Okay, so XAMPP has been finished now, and we can go ahead and start by installing Composer. I do not want to open the control panel right now, we'll be doing it later. Okay, so now we can install Composer. The reason why we need to wait for XAMPP to be finished is that Composer requires a PHP version to be installed. So on the first page, we'll just go ahead and click next, as we do not want the developer mode. And now we need to choose a command line PHP. For mine, it doesn't give the XAMPP option here, so we'll just head to Browse. We'll head to the D drive, as that is where I installed my XAMPP. We'll head to XAMPP, and we'll head to PHP, and here it says php.exe. So I'll just click open. So you want to head to your XAMPP directory PHP and then add the php.exe. For now, I want to add this PHP to my path, as this allows my computer to use the PHP program anywhere in a terminal. I'll just hit next, and Composer is now being installed. We do not want to use a proxy, as we do not need it, and we'll just hit install. Well, Composer is installing quickly, so we'll don't need to wait for that. and we'll click finish. Now we can start by installing Node. So I opened my downloaded installer and I'll click next. I'll accept the terms in the license agreement, even though I didn't read them, and we'll select the proper directory to install Node.js. For mine, it will be the D drive again. I'll click next to install it, and I will make sure that I have the add to path selected. Here you can see will be installed on local hard drive. Make sure everything has this icon and click next. On the last page, we do not want to install Chocolately. We will install those things later. I'll click next and install to make sure that Node.js is installed. For now, we will wait for Node.js to be installed. I'll come back to you later. So Node.js has been installed and we'll just click finish. Last of all, we need PHP Storm or IDE. I'll click open on PHP Storm and wait for it to come up. So on the first page, you click next and then you select the proper location that you want to install your PHP Storm in. For mine, will also be the D drive. So now I want to select that I want a desktop shortcut and I want to add the bin folder to a path, and I want to add open folder as project, and I want to associate PHP, JS, CSS, and HTML. You might also want PHTML, but that will be applicable for some other frameworks than Laravel. I'll click next and I'll add JetBrains as the start menu folder. Now PHP will be installing and I'll come back to you when PHP Storm is installed. So PHP Storm has been done installing and it gives me the option to reboot now or to manually reboot later. I select the option reboot now as I got the time to reboot and I want everything to be completely set up to get started. Okay, so I restarted my computer and now we can get started by installing Laravel. We'll head to the installation via Composer and we'll see a command in which we can install Laravel. It's important to install your Laravel project in your XAMPP htdocs folder. So I'll head to my D drive where I installed XAMPP and I'll open XAMPP and head to htdocs. As you can see, there is some files in here and you can go ahead and delete them. Now I'll hold Shift in this folder and I'll press right click. I have the option Open PowerShell window here. I'll have that option and then I'll go ahead and go to the Laravel installation page and copy this command. What this command does is install a new Laravel project with the name example app. So I'll change the example app name to whatever I want, and for this instance it will be Hello World. Now it's going to install a new Laravel project in the Hello World directory. So as you can see, I'm in XAMPP htdocs and now it gives me a new directory Hello World in which it will install a couple of files. We'll wait for the installation to be finished. It might take just 1 or 2 minutes. And as you can see, it's finished right now and we'll go ahead and close it. So I'll head back to the XAMPP folder and press on the XAMPP control.exe. You can also start XAMPP by searching XAMPP right here. We need to start our Apache and MySQL service. It might give you the option to allow access for both Apache and MySQL, and when it's finished it should say that both services are started, and it should give the green block right here. If it's not started, then it might be because some of the ports are blocked by another service. In that case, put your problem in the description and give a example on what error logs are here, and I will try to help you. But for us now, our service is started, so we should be reaching our page on localhost. And as you can see, our Hello World folder is visible right here. What I like to do is add a vhost, which allows me to run multiple projects in a XAMPP directory. A vhost means that you can run, for example, hello world.localhost. So if I go to this page, you will come to here, but I want my Laravel project to be visible right here. So what I'll do is I'll open my D directory and I'll head to XAMPP. I'll head to Apache and then I head to conf. In the conf folder, go to extra, and here you will see a httpd-vhost.conf. Right click on it and open it with, for example, open with and Notepad. So I'll just open it with Notepad. Here you see a lot of text, all prefixed with the hashtag sign, and the hashtag signs means that it's a commented line. So what I'll do is I'll copy the first virtual host block and I'll edit it to make it fit my settings. So first of all, I'm going to start by removing the hashtags, which makes the block be uncommented. And then I'll start to edit it to my correct directory. So I'll remove the server admin because we don't need that line. And I'll edit the document root to go to my hello world/public folder. You should always redirect your document root to your public folder, as this is where your index.php is in, and the index.php sets up your whole program. So make sure to have your public folder here. I'll have the server name go to hello world.localhost, but this can be your program name .localhost. So in my case, it's hello world.localhost. For my server alias, I'll add www.helloworld.localhost, and I'll leave the logs on /logs /errorlog.log. And for the custom log, I'll remove that line as we do not need it. And now I press Ctrl S to save it, but it does need me to restart my Apache service as well. So I'll stop my service and I'll start my service once again. And if you have a error here while trying to start Apache, and whilst it was running before, you did something wrong in your vhost file and you need to remove the code you added and re-add the code and make sure that it's correctly edited. So right now I'll refresh my hello world.localhost page, and as you can see, my Laravel page does come up right now. So this is how to get started with Laravel and installing it in a Windows 10 computer. Thank you for watching.